Hi everybody, it's Steve Rosado. Welcome back to my video blog. Today I have another special guest for you. I'm going to get some great lending questions answered by one of the best lenders that I've ever met. But before we get started, I want to draw your attention to two tabs on my website. If you're a buyer, please click here. And if you're a seller looking for a free home valuation, please click here. All right, folks, back to our topic. Today I brought in a lender that I really trust, that I work with quite often, as many times as I can, and his name is Baret. Baret he's humble, but I'll tell you straightforward, one of the best lenders in the country, actually ranked in the top 15. So Baret Kechian here. Baret, I have three pretty simple questions for you that I think will be really helpful to people that are looking to buy or potentially buy in the future. So I'll start off with the first one, which I think I get all the time. When should buyers be getting pre-approved?
I would say the best time for that is usually around 3 months before they're seriously going to start looking. And the reason being, if there is something that comes up on their credit, which we do see sometimes where there's something on there that they didn't realize or something that's going to affect them, they can address it, potentially remove it, and then be in a much better position when the time comes. Okay. So my gut is always plan ahead. Get everything out of the way, get it early. This way, when you're ready to buy, you're fully prepared and you have a great offer in place with everything in order.
Okay, so 90 days.
90 days would be outstanding.
Okay, all right, so 90 days is the ideal time period. Yep. And so you work with Mortgage Master. Mm-hmm. So I know when I recommend you, a lot of people ask me the question, why use Mortgage Master over, say, Wells Fargo or Bank of America?
Yep, we have really similar products, so there's not much of a differential when it comes to rates. I think the biggest difference is we have a lot more flexibility and a lot more products than a bank does. Okay. So if there isn't a program that comes into play or a situation that comes into play that requires something out of the norm, we have a lot more available that'll take care of that. The other thing for this local market, I think, is just the fact that we know the condos so well and we know the market so well. Our appraisers are well versed with the property, so usually they're going to be better at evaluating them correctly. Yeah. And at the same time, the condos are probably the biggest thing that would cause a problem in a loan in this market. And just the fact that we know them and we have access to that information earlier certainly comes into play as a major difference for us here.
So that kind of actually leads a little bit into the next question, which in terms of underwriting and acquiring a mortgage, how important is down payment?
I mean, it's critical. It's one of the three major phases: down payment, income, and credit. But a lot of people think you need 20% down in order to buy a place. And for somebody who's buying in like that $400,000 to $500,000 range, that's just not the case. You can buy with as little as 5% down and still get a great mortgage with really reasonable PMI rates that are out there right now. Sometimes you can even have it where it's lender-paid PMI, where it just gets built into the interest rate. So to me, like a 5 or 10% loan gets underwritten the same way, as long as the client covers that PMI cost. So a lot of folks I find waiting until that magic 20% number when they should have bought probably 3 years ago, and they could have been building equity this entire time.
Gotcha.
On some of the jumbo loans, on the bigger loans that are $1 million, $1.5 million, I think on those it's more critical to have 20% because you'll just have better options. Yeah. But I would say on stuff that's on the smaller size, first-time buyers, you definitely do not need 20% to get a great mortgage.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I did an interview with our friend Mark Baldas last week. I asked him this question. I'm going to ask you the same question, see what your answer is. So this is a bonus. After the election, I'm not going to ask you who you're voting for. But,
fair enough.
But after the election, what do you think is going to happen with rates? I think everyone's interested in that.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of uncertainty. Uncertainty is not usually the greatest thing. So right now, because of the uncertainty, you're seeing rates stay down. So to me, there's only one place they can go. I mean, there's really very little room for it to go further down. Okay. So if there's any direction they go drastically, it would have to be up. Yeah. So if I'm a buyer in this market right now, I'm certainly considering that in my decision. Do I expect them to skyrocket to 4.5% after? No way. But I could certainly see a little bit of a trickle effect after the election where there is more certainty as to who's going to step into office. And you could see some rates coming up 1/4 to 0.5%. So if you're a buyer right now, taking advantage of where things are right this second is just, to me, critical because the numbers that are out there are just so good that borrowing money at these rates is almost cheaper than renting.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll probably never see them again, these rates. So.
I'd be shocked if we saw numbers like this again for a while. I'm sure at some point we could. We've set a precedent now, but it's definitely, like I said, a lot more room to go up than down.
Yeah, awesome. All right, folks. Well, My name is obviously Steve Rosado. You can reach me at 551-200-1000 for my cell phone and rosadorealtor@gmail.com. And Barrett, how do they reach you if they want to get pre-approved?
My direct line at the office is usually easiest. I'm right in Hoboken every day, 201-796-6441. Always accessible if needed.
Awesome, awesome. You got an email they can reach out to you too?
Baret, B-A-R-E-T, @mortgagemaster.com.
Awesome. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon. And Barrett, thank you so much.
You got it, Steve.
Take care.
Absolutely.